It happens every single year, doesn't it? You feel that little tickle in your throat, maybe a sniffle starts up, and you immediately start wondering. We all ask this question, and it's a good one because even though they feel kind of similar at first, they're really, really different. Figuring out which one you've got can totally change how you deal with it. So today, we are going to break it all down. Okay, if you only take one thing away from our little chat today, make it this. Just burn this phrase into your memory. A cold, it just kind of creeps up on you. It's slow and the symptoms are pretty low key. But the flu? Oh, the flu hits you like a freight train. It is fast and it is a blast of really intense symptoms. Let's get into why that is. All right, first things first, let's cover the absolute basics. Yeah, they both can make you feel miserable and stuffy, but at their core, they're caused by totally different viruses. And that means they have very different game plans for your body. So the common cold is, well, it's common. It's usually pretty mild and it likes to hang out just in your nose and your throat. Think of it like a small local problem. And get this, hundreds of different viruses can cause a cold, which is exactly why we seem to get them all the time. Now the flu, or influenza, that is a whole different animal. It's way more serious, and it's caused by very specific viruses, influenza A or B. And unlike a cold that stays put, the flu goes everywhere. It's a full-body illness. It basically declares war on your entire system. So you want to know the first big clue in this mystery? It's all about timing. How fast did you get sick? And where do you feel it? This is exactly where our little mantra, slow and low versus fast and a blast, becomes your best friend. And this just lays it out perfectly, doesn't it? With a cold, you might feel a little off one day, then maybe the next day your nose starts running. It's a slow burn. The flu? Nope. You can feel totally fine when you wake up and be completely flattened by dinner time. That sudden, out-of-nowhere feeling is a classic calling card of the flu. And now for the main event, the symptom showdown. When we put the key symptoms right next to each other, the differences just pop. It becomes so obvious. So let's see how they stack up. First up is fever. And this one is huge. With a cold, it's pretty rare to get a real fever. If you do, it's usually barely there. But the flu almost always brings the heat. A sudden, high fever that spikes to 38 degrees Celsius or higher. That's your body cranking up the thermostat to fight a much bigger battle. And what about those aches? A cold might make you feel a little achy, but the flu brings on this deep, severe pain in your muscles and joints. You know that I feel like I've been hit by a bus feeling? That's the flu. And what's wild is that it's not the virus itself attacking your muscles. It's your own immune system launching a massive, all-out assault. Which leads us right to fatigue. Feeling a bit tired is normal with a cold, but the flu, we're talking about a level of exhaustion that just wipes you out completely. It can be so hard to even get out of bed. And just like the aches, that's the feeling of your body pouring every ounce of energy it has into fighting off that infection. Okay, so let's put it all together right here. You can really see the pattern, can't you? On the left, for the cold, you see words like gradual, low, mild. On the right, for the flu, it's all sudden, high, severe, extreme. This table right here, this is your quick reference guide, your cheat sheet. All right, now we need to talk about something really, really important. Most of the time, you can ride these illnesses out at home, but there are some serious red flags you have to watch out for, signs that mean you need to get medical help, and fast. Knowing these could literally save a life. For kids, these signs are absolutely an emergency. A high fever in a baby under 3 months old, any trouble breathing at all, bluish skin, especially around the lips, or if they're just not waking up or responding to you, these are not wait-and-see symptoms. Dehydration is another big one. If you see any of this, you need to get help right away. And the red flags for adults are just as serious. Difficulty breathing or any kind of chest pain is always a reason to seek help. Same goes for a really high fever that just won't go away after a few days, or if you suddenly feel confused or dizzy. And please, if you have a chronic health condition, be extra careful, because the flu can make things much, much worse. Okay, so we've talked about how to tell what you've got and when to call for backup. Now for the best part, how to avoid getting sick in the first place. Let's build our prevention plan. These are the basics, but they are so powerful. It really starts with washing your hands. It sounds simple, but it works. Wearing a mask, especially when you're packed in with a lot of people, is a great defense. A little tip for at home, viruses love dry air, so keeping the humidity up can help. And of course, never, ever forget the power of good sleep and healthy food for keeping your immune system strong. But when we're talking specifically about the flu, there is one thing that stands head and shoulders above everything else, and that's the annual flu vaccine. It is without a doubt the single best tool we have to prevent getting seriously sick from influenza. It dramatically lowers your risk. So as we wrap things up, I want to leave you with this thought. All these simple things we talked about, washing our hands, getting vaccinated, they don't just protect us, they protect everyone around us. The little baby who's too young to be vaccinated, the older person at the store, our friends with weaker immune systems. So the real question is, what's the one step you're going to focus on to help protect your community this year? This is Infectious Diseases TV. Please like and subscribe.